Oh, wait. All right. I think I think now they should hear us, but I'm not sure yet.
Yes, I hear you on the stream.
All right.
But
All
you're
right. This
you're
time,
kind of quiet,
Renegadist, do
but
your
all
thing
right.
again. Renegadist. Well, I guess I will do it instead of him. Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet again.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. I
All
came
right.
in a
This is
little
good.
late there.
All right.
This
Just
is good
just
and
do your
well.
thing.
Oh, am I doing it?
Yes.
Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is the Renegadist, and welcome to the English version of the Old School Story and Dark Interval stream. Today, I'm here with Shift and Cvox, who are currently developing Dark Interval, and they are going to be giving us their expertise on the old builds. And on top of that, we have Bientin, Butu, who is going to take us through Old School Story, and it should be a hoot and a holler, so should be good. And we're too quiet, apparently.
Now it should be fine. For some reason, as always, the mixture quieted down uh, everyone's voices. But
Yes, it's good now.
All right, do we want to do a third intro? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. All right, no, we're good,
Yeah.
I think.
well, I guess anyway, everyone knows what the stream is going to be about. There's a description after all, and I forgot. Did you introduce a shift and Cvoxalury?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna start our stream with playing the old build of Dark Interval, the maps from around 2010, from 2010 up to 2013, and Cvoxalury, who was the only developer of the mod back in the time, is is gonna give us some additional information about it, as well as Shift, as she knows much about it as well.
Yes, and we will be very pleased and glad to give our commentary on Old School Story as well. Just as fans, as enormous fans of Old School
People are
Story.
still saying it's quiet.
No, they're saying Vito is quiet.
Only me?
That was a little mini tornado there.
I I really don't know what to say about it. um, I just don't know. They can't hear me at all. This is oh, it's again something with OBS, I think, or not.
Can you like
Oh,
up your microphone and we just make yourself louder, but not the rest of us?
Um, hello, can you hear me now?
good.
Uh,
Let me see.
well, in the mixture, the it shows the level of my incoming voice as everything is good, but I don't know what's the issue with the stream.
Okay, so we're all at the same level, it looks like, but we're still pretty quiet.
What the?
All right, run the music again. Doo doo doo
It,
doo.
the mixture quieted it down again, but why?
Does
I
it have
think
like auto tune?
I think it has to do something with OBS latest how it's called. God damn it.
Шлык, у тебя нету в системе такого, что она автоматически приглушает программы, когда
What?
приложение запущено?
Ща-
Знаешь, там проверить свойства звука.
э, Я не знаю, где это посмотреть. All right, we're gonna be back after few more minutes. All right, let's try it again. I'm
Oh,
not sure.
Gloria.
I'm not sure how I sound and how everyone else sound, but let's just try and let's test it. Test it.
All right. Hello, everybody. 1, 2, 3 test. I don't know the stuff in Russian, but it's like 1, 2, 3. Привет. I don't know.
Yeah. Раз, два, три, проверка. I'm still too quiet, but why? I just don't get it.
It's like we're all in one room and you're just in the corner just talking to yourself.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
All right, you just talk and I will try and do something. Maybe I won't talk too much and you will talk instead of me, and that will be fine.
Yeah, right. Let's do it this way. Who's gonna play the mod?
Me.
All right, so you're gonna play, and Shift and I are kind of like non-blind commentary, and Renegade is gonna be like blind commentary, and we could just talk between each other and make it presentable.
Yeah. Okay.
But meanwhile, I'm gonna try something and then I'm gonna launch the mod. All right, and you just tell everyone about anything.
Yes.
All right. So Old School Story is actually, some people think the Old School Story is like old school is one word or two, but old school is actually one word. And story is the Greek Latin root of storis, which means to tell something that is very badly made.
What are you talking
And
about? We're gonna stream Dark Interval first.
Yeah,
oh,
right.
Rewind. All right, so dark comes from the word darkness.
darkness. Yeah, yeah. See, I didn't know you spoke Latin. All right, let's go ahead and launch the game. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess to start, I don't know if we're looking at multiple builds or just a single build, but when was, at least for the first build we're going to look at, what year was that worked on? Like
Well,
the starting year.
it captures a span of years from the very beginning and until there was a point at which the mod was rebooted. It went at a hiatus, basically a coma, and then it was rebooted and like remade. And the oldest maps are 2010. The newest maps are 2013, but only like the start of 2013. More like 2010 to 2012 is the story maps and some test maps. And it's going to be one build for Dark Interval and one build for Oldschool Story. The Oldschool Story, I'm not sure which years it was because they don't change. They basically post the same screenshots of the same maps, so there's no way to tell which maps it is. But anyway, also the links for download are gonna be in the description, so you can all download it for yourself and bask in the glory of these poorly made maps.
They're in the description already.
Yes, apparently we just heard the reports. They are in the description already.
And by the way, can everyone tell how is my voice again?
Let me see. Still pretty quiet.
Well,
Like it's quiet, but I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
what about now? Last time I did this, everyone said it's too loud.
That is better, yeah. It's not too loud.
It's fine. People say that's fine, way
All right.
better.
Then we can finally start.
So I did have a question. I don't know a whole lot about Old School Story besides it's an enigma. The build that we're about to show, or we're going to show later, is that a build that we have been looking for a long time? Like one of the lost builds? Or is this just something that, isn't that big of a deal? Or Because I know there was some builds we haven't been able to recover.
So
Yes,
basically,
because they deleted everything.
they had a public demo, which you can still download, I think, and it's called Demo 5, version 5. And it has some maps, and it's like the most played, the most known one. Like
Yeah.
it starts with just start with the intro of the train station. I don't remember. Basically, it's just City 17, and you get to after the Cleaner's Lab, you get onto the bus, and you go through some exploding city, and then it ends, and it says like, "This is the end of the demo."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, it starts from Half-Life 2 point insertion because it just has the point insertion maps. But I'm not gonna spoil it. We're gonna see it anyway.
It's on the channel.
Yeah,
It was already streamed.
That's what we had, and now someone uncovered and published a.
No. Before they released the demo 5, they uploaded a bunch of other demos in their VK group, but eventually they just purged them all.
Yes, which is what I call a syndrome of upset developer who deletes stuff.
And
Yeah, so basically, some markers were removed, and now we have some of it, and it's longer. It has more maps throughout the chapters. Like it has some wasteland maps, some canals maps, and such.
alright, so what should I load first? Should I just load the first chapter, this brave new world, or maybe some map?
Also, are you gonna stream
Follow
in
the map
Discord, or
list.
is it? Are you gonna broadcast in Discord, or is it gonna like
Yeah, right. I forgot
kill
about
the
it.
frame rate? All right.
We can see.
By the way, I had a real quick question. Not having to do with this or anything, but can I ask a certain question about a certain build I've been looking for to hopefully find someone in the chat who has it?
I think you could, but no one is gonna help you.
That's pretty much gonna be it.
Yes.
Can you give me maps names, because I don't even know where to search for maps list.
BMW intro B.
B what? Oh,
B
yeah.
and W. Yes, intro B.
So it's the oldest intro that survived to this year, right?
Yes, pretty much. It's not the oldest.
More like the most complete one.
Well, it's not the oldest map that we have, because the oldest map, I didn't do the intro before that. I just, like previously, the mod started in City 17 already. And now, this map is, well, yeah, it might not be the oldest intro, but like the rest of it is not worth looking at. This is the, obviously the famous, like, the hill scene, where the G-Man presents to you the world of the past that was green and shiny and bright and Earth was beautiful, and then it turns much worse. And the Combine.
I don't get it. Is it the lags intended on the map, or it's the issue with the frame rate?
Well, some of it can be, performance heavy. Sometimes, like the build is not very stable. It's not very optimized. Sometimes Discord does make the frame rate go down, but it should be manageable.
Severin asks,
And
can he get this? You can get it, just check the link in the description.
also, this map doesn't connect to the next map, so you have to manually launch the map, which is which one?
Opening 001A.
By the way, I wanted to throw this out there. If you guys have any questions in the chat for any of the things we're going to look at today, especially Dark Interval with Shift and Cvox here, shoot, and I will read off the question. So if you have any, write them down and put them in.
And then after that intro with the G-Man, it was going to be the long train ride, which has been attempted by numerous mods, and still some try to make it work. I had my old prototypes. I don't remember which year is this map. which year is this map? What's the date on this map?
2011, December.
Right. So, yes, in this map, the world is supposed to like shift between now and the past, present and past.
Like
And
in Laidlow's descriptions.
well, I didn't really like know much at the time, so there was a lot of just inventing some ideas. And I don't think Laidlow's documents really mention like this time travel, right? It's more like some hiccups of what he calls shortcuts in the train ride. So anyway, there's a lot of hack fraudery involved, such as using heavy color correction to make it more bluish, more greenish. I couldn't change the sky texture because there's the engine limitation.
And also, as I guess, the mod's name was different back then, right? Because when you launch this build, it's called air conditioner or something.
Right, because Dark Interval was not the name of it until late 2011, I think, when I created the ModDB page. On the ModDB, it was always called Dark Interval, but before that, for a year and a half or so, at first it was going to be called Air Conditioner because I was going to try and port or recreate the air exchange maps from the beta and from your mod, Air Exchange mod, in episode 2. But then I got encouraged by some forum users, to make maybe like the city maps, to work on City 17 and the rest. And I started trying to port and fix the city maps in the industrial, the terminal, which are also included in the build. The sorting station as you get into the city right now.
Whoa, what happens with shaders? Or
It's projected texture. You can try to restart the map. It should fix it a bit.
And what's it called?
Just
don't restart. Try the command R flashlight scissor 0.
Samuel will sit on a chair too if you restart it.
I'm gonna stop the Discord broadcast because the map is, I guess it's too big and it's pretty laggy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, that's fine. Nice. No one cares if Samuel sits in the chair. The chair isn't even there, I don't think.
It's there. It's not there only if you change level.
It fall out of the train, and yes. And where was I? Right, so also at some time in 2011, it was called Kaon Project, because I was trying to use a Half-Life 2 music track name title as a reference in the name of the mod, and I didn't want to call it like Orbifold, because LG Orbifold is one of my favorite tracks. I didn't dare use the best track name in my mod that could be not the best, and I was gonna call it Kaon Project.
And well, LG Orbifold mod does now exist.
Actually, yes. And it is even a beta mod, or beta-inspired mod.
Yes.
And then after the sorting station, you get into the city, which is all dark and, grim and terrible. And the Combine put the Citadel in the middle of New York.
It's pretty close to what Mark Laidlow described it in the intro.
Yeah, I used bits of the descriptions, like for the particular scenes. Like there was a scene that he mentioned that a man comes out of the alleyway, chased by the metro cops, and they gun him down. And that's exactly what happens there.
And there's no map transition as well, so we're gonna manually load the next one. I don't know what's.
Let me actually pull up the map.
BMW City.
Yeah, there isn't a perfect order to the map, so sometimes you this map ends inside the city, but the next one could start before the city.
So this is like the next version of the map, right?
Well, it depends. Sometimes yes, sometimes it's. I know that the BMW's map series is slightly newer, and BMW stands for Brand New World, which is a book that's kind of a possible inspiration point for Half-Life 2 maybe, or for many works of dystopian fiction. And I made these maps, I know that I made these maps later. So this has like the cityscape, the torn city view, and then you again like kind of enter the city. So this is not the map that immediately follows the previous map. It's more like the alternative version of it.
People are asking about missing texture in the comments, and what I can say is that sometimes it's not possible to find some old content, and it's just gone forever.
Yeah, because this the build itself, most of the build, it got uncovered almost randomly, almost accidentally, when I contacted a former member of the team.
Is this the right map, BMW Wasteland?
Oh, it's opening 002 now.
Also, I have to mention that even with some missing models and missing textures, Shift did a great job almost entirely on her own putting it together, because I didn't like, I know about the initiative, I didn't want to really bother. Like there was always the
Oh, no,
idea.
wait. Never mind. I keep forgetting there's a change level between levels.
So which one is it?
We already played this one. It's just that projected texture is working now.
And
Alright,
he
so
sits on
launch the next one. It's opening 1.
And this location, I guess, it's inspired by that freight station that was described in Mark Laidlaw's short story, right?
Yes, it's the sorting station in the, like, as you go into the city, there's cremators sterilizing the trains and stalkers working on the tracks. And there should be some like bull squids and headcrabs running around that like snuck onto the train, but they're not there because they didn't exist in the mod at that point.
And I guess this map is pretty big because it's getting pretty much choppy in some places.
I don't think it's map size, it's more like the amount of effects, like it uses a lot of flashlight shadows and dynamic lights and all that.
And we're inside the city again.
Yeah, but we played this already. It's the same one, it just launched it manually now.
Oh wait, really?
Yes.
I already said that.
I just didn't get it. I thought it's more recent version of the same map.
No, try opening A instead.
No, opening 1.
This is opening 1.
It's opening 002.
What? Oh, you're right. God damn.
I guess it's not the train moving, it's the skybox moving, right?
No, it's the train, because I didn't invent the moving skybox at the time.
And it stopped now.
It's normal.
It's too bad this is all scrapped. This all looks really beautiful. And I think this is one of the best like train sequences I've seen, like yet. Just the way the environment's put together and the way everything's kind of flowing. Looks very good.
Hi, cat.
Maybe.
Hey Ren, I thought you were a raccoon, not a cat.
What?
What? What?
Whoa! Whoa! Oh, I guess you
Yes.
didn't see it because there's no Discord.
I
broadcast.
know what happened. Yes, I see it now. It's normal. It is entirely normal.
And this is why train ride is impossible without moving skybox. moving train itself is just
Oh, and that
This-
was
no way.
This is
G-Man
real life.
effect, right?
Absolutely.
The way everything disappeared.
You see, in the original storyline, the G-Man was deranged and he just killed people with train seeds. and-
Just like in minimalist mod. So
yeah,
they got
and
it right.
He created the red sun and the desert.
And yeah, Renegadist, you have raccoon on your avatar. Or isn't it a raccoon?
What?
It's like trolling now. It's a skunk.
Ah, Gordon Freeman.
Greetings.
Wish my internet wasn't so bad. The stream's buffering, and you guys are cutting out, and it's just a good old time.
And
Okay.
here's why the intro is not a good idea for for old Half-Life 2 storyline mode. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm talking
basically,
about.
Source doesn't allow you to have complex hierarchy of moving objects. So if you want the train to move, like really, on its own, then you have to make, like, you have to bolt down the NPCs, the player, the physics on the train, and the intro keeps, like, it mentions, like, suitcases falling off the shelves, and also, like, the rest. So instead, if I were to make this now, I would keep the train steady and static, and the map around the train would move in a fake projection, sort of. I have some ideas about this, but this isn't a priority for Dark Interval to do a train intro. The train station map is a bit newer. It's from 2012, apparently. The map list in the build says it's 2013, but I found out that I made a mistake and it's a slightly older map from 2012.
I guess it's partly based on this chasm on D1 Garage 01, or everything made from scratch.
No, I think you can still see the ugly displacements from that
Yes,
chasm.
yeah, the displacements must have been copied from the stenographer's chasm. The rest is custom work. And then parts of it made it into the old Raising the Bar mod.
Oh, that's what I thought as well.
Because I made a custom train station with that mod.
I want to see the Citadel. Is it a model or it's a it's I guess it's from those maps from Half-Life 2 Beta, right? Brushwork. Oh, and you
If I remember rightly, it's the old brush citadel that was converted into a model for optimization purposes. But it's basically the same, so
what's the name of industrial map again?
let's see.
C1701 rebuild.
So this is officially the oldest story map that we have for Dark Interval. Because it was made in April of 2010. The last edit date is May 2nd, 2012 or 2010.
And it was
And
the time when you still were using the original maps from WC Map Pack.
yes, absolutely. So the only maps that are older than that are a couple just really simple test maps, which are like March of 2010, I think. This map is, of course, an edit and a fixed attempt of C1701 15, I guess. Not sure. And it includes the industrial and the terminal. and above the map hangs this thick layer of cloud and fog. It's a huge smoke volume entity above the map that contains like thousands of particles. It's really not optimal, not efficient way of doing skybox fog. It's kind of captures the mode, I guess.
And why are there conscripts instead of citizens?
Yeah, the conscripts are one of the artifacts of this build being too old, and there were some errors, and I guess at some point I wanted to add more custom citizen types, including the conscripts, but something broke, so they default to conscript model instead of citizen model. So it's kind of like a minor mix-up on the models. They still behave as citizens because it's basically the same citizen AI with a conscript model.
Did you preserve the train?
I don't think so. I think the train rides over the industrial, but it doesn't go under the terminal, if I remember rightly. I did preserve the brush, what do you call them? The cameras.
I missed them. Oh, they're rare. Everyone loves them.
So, at that point in 2010, a lot of people treated the beta kind of differently than what we know now about the leak and beta material. So it was like certain details on old maps meant to us, the makers of the mod, much more than they really ever did in real life. So some of this brushwork, like, it didn't mean anything to Valve, to the original level designer. But we would treat it as like, oh, this is very important. We must preserve it exactly as it is. Like the brush camera, well, it means that the combined technology was like bulkier, low tech,
Yeah,
and
right.
that was like, you know, the sacred, like the sacred truth about the beta.
That's the exact attitude back in the days about better things, better stuff. Because, well,
Yes.
me personally, I was, um, I don't even know how to call it. Like, I was very orthodox about preserving everything from WC Map Pack, and I didn't like mods much that went too far from WC Map Pack. But of course, nowadays I changed my attitude.
Alright, so the next map is city like city as a full board, 17.1a.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the map order.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Oh, and you added some skyscrapers.
And I must have, like, I changed the order a little bit in the updated build that we uploaded to make like a better presentation. Yeah, the skyscrapers. Yeah, I really was in the habit of just cluttering the space with props and brushes, like to make it like more dark, man, like real beta. Yeah, cool. Combine is building skyscrapers all over the country, whatever. And nowadays I don't. I think
And
maybe still am.
there are the official gas mask model.
Yes, absolutely. From the repository
And,
that no one talked about the repo back in the day.
and look at this. This is the fire barrel, just like in Oldschool Story. So these
Yes, but
two.
My God,
this
they're
is
not
better
made of
because
brass.
this is the brush barrel, not the Left 4 Dead barrel or whatever. Postal. Also, I should say I didn't work on that like old Dark Interval entirely on my own. Like, yes, I was the main content maker behind the maps, some of the models, I guess, not many of them. Doesn't really have a lot of custom models. But I also had some ideas guys working with me and some, I guess you could say, beta testers, playtesting stuff, but mainly idea guys who wanted to make anime Easter eggs in Dark Interval and would advise me how to best improve the beta maps by adding wind sounds
Yeah, and
and not changing like brushwork and brush
that's when I
patterns.
thought that Marilyn Manson Easter egg, yeah, at the radio tower was the worst.
No, you did not see the true darkness, friend, and you never shall. The Easter eggs didn't go anywhere. Like they didn't go into the work anywhere because we kind of it was like
And
an afterthought.
why did you lower the cremator factory down?
I don't know. It was more interesting, I guess. Like really, some changes on these maps are like just for the sake of being different. Like, oh, we have this window into the factory that we can look through, and now it should be a basement window because this is more different. That's it. Didn't have a lot of like the rest of the stuff, like the Stalker factory, the cremators, the Vortigons. I mean, actually.
I think it's the later revisions.
Yeah, someone should have them.
Yeah, as you can see, the map is unfinished in this version.
Yeah, it's pretty raw, and yeah, now it's better. Hopefully, the industrial.
Boo stands for Buto, I'm sure.
It actually stands for backup.
EU.
I'll be damned.
Whoa, and it's
Yeah,
as I can
from-
see by the lags, this version is much more detailed compared to
No,
previous one.
no,
I
it's
think
just bad. It just forced onto the computer. Like in
yeah,
this
some
old
of the
dark
maps will
interval,
barely compile.
in this dark interval, the old dark interval, worse frame rate, worse performance doesn't mean that the map is highly detailed. It's more like the map is unoptimized and maybe leaking somewhere, and maybe it has like projected textures, and they were all the hype back in the day. Still are. Although it does have a second section with the metro code behind the tunnel archway, so
Yes, and it has
it
some
is
unique
vigorous.
architecture.
Yeah, it has unique nodes working into the death machine factory.
Wait, I can't enter the factory right now?
Factory doesn't exist actually in that version. It was cut out for, I think, performance reasons.
Oh, and here it is, the cremator. And I guess back then you still didn't implement their AI. Not yet.
No, didn't happen until like years later. Still kind of don't have proper good cremator AI.
After
it's hard.
rewriting it 3 times already.
Yes. Actually, the old cremator AI ended up in Oldschool Story, so harmony. Well,
And
it
as I
ended up in Insolence first, and then they didn't steal it. The Oldschool Story, I gave it to them, but let's just say that they stole everything. Makes
It's
for a
easier
better
that way.
story.
Alright,
It
what's
is
the plot
easier.
next?
Alright, what do we have? City 17 Industrial, of all things.
C17 Industrial.
Yes. Sorry.
There must be dozens of versions of Industrial throughout the years.
I think the screenshot from this version was on your ModDB page. Am I correct? Because I remember this souvenirs sign and this truck here.
Oh, the souvenir sign is still in Dark Interval, so... And the truck is in multiple versions. So, like, the souvenir shop is one of the editions that we kept in even the newest versions.
Even if it's not really a souvenir shop anymore. inside?
Yes, a lot of these maps were showcased on ModDB, and sometimes people were like, "Yeah, this is the greatest map ever, cool." And sometimes some of the developers from Missing Information would come and say, "This crap is too dark, you can't see anything," and they were downvoted to oblivion, and to hell with them. Beta was dark, and the aliens. The Combine put a citadel in the middle of New York. I shot it, but it didn't die. The creator of Black Mesa surrendered Earth after 7 minutes.
Oh, and you were the first person, I think, or maybe after Tim Gabin, I'm not sure, who made the stenographer's model.
As far as I know, Tim Gabin used the worker models in the factory. You know, the
think,
ones
yes.
in green and orange, suits. And I wanted the proper stenographist model, so it took the bold citizen. Eric is like the code name for his model.
I forgot where the button is.
Button
I don't even know where
doesn't
it is. You
exist.
can just no clip.
The button simply never existed, ever.
I think I accidentally pressed the button at this map one time, but I don't remember where it is situated.
So anyway, for the stenographers, I took the existing body of the citizen and the head of the citizen. I put them on the the machine parts that I made myself in 3D Max, and I animated them also myself. Which is to say, the animation is not great, but it gets the job done, I guess. There is no exit from this map, no escape.
And it ends somewhere here, as I remember.
There's a door, yeah.
Yeah, but the door doesn't lead anywhere.
There is a bigger version of this map with some more corridors and room, and a second chasm, but it's too big.
So you wanted to separate the industrial map onto two, right? Where is it? Yeah, there it is. There is the tunnel which led to what would be the next version, right?
Not quite. At some point the map was much bigger just in general, and it, like, at some point I didn't want industrial to lead to terminal. I was all about breaking the the generally accepted tradition of how the maps should follow each other.
Next one is Seat 17 Braincast.
So industrial didn't have to lead to terminal. There's one map that is included that you'll see later. It's called residential.
No, the next one is Braincast.
Yeah, so this is the well-known screencast from the beta, and it's made dark and gloomy. And also, this was the time back in the day. The Braincast is from May of 2011, and I was I wasn't convinced myself, but I was told that this person on the Half-Life 2 beta website, the Russian website, he found proof that there was a certain bus tunnel that led from terminal to Braincast, from C1701 to C1704, and there's the direct connection between the maps. And if that person is right, he
Hello, Dr.
the most knowledgeable person about the beta. And I did not buy it. I was like, well, no.
There was a bus stop on D1 terminal, and there is bus stop, or at least something that looks like it, in here.
Yes, in the tunnel, and a doorway, and something else. So yes, basically, to those who don't know, there was a time when on the beta forum, Vitoy posted this theory that the map the theory was that there was like alternate way to go through the maps, or what, or is it like the remaining of
Yeah, I remember
old
there was
connection?
something like this theory back in 2008 or even 2007.
Yeah, well, it lingered on, and we thought that, or one of the people on the team said that I should, respect the theory and make it so there's a direct connection from terminal to Brincast. Didn't happen.
And then I think only in 2009 or even 2010 I found that there is a bus on exact spot where Kleiner's lab was to be, according to oh, sorry, I accidentally pressed wrong console command.
Wow.
You can start Braincast soon. There's nothing too special about this map.
So yeah, I found out that if you will connect each map uh, from Manhack Arcade to Kleiner's Lab into one, it appeared that Kleiner's Lab would be located right near that bus that is standing on Supt,
Right.
and that's how I found, well, how I personally found that the bus drive would be after Kleiner's Lab and not
So,
before it.
so now that we have confirmation from the uncorrected proof of raising the bar, does it make more sense? Like, does it make the theory true after all, or is it like accidental, like coincidence? Like, does it actually mean that the bus was the bus?
I think it was. I think they still planned something like bus ride back in the time.
They really thought of everything. Probably. Maybe not, but maybe yes. Also, we have, like, yes, the old Vortiso model, which I don't think Dark Control was the first ever mod to make the Vortiso model.
No, that was build
Tim Gaben had
2046.
it.
No, but
I remember
think.
Tim Gavin made it. They
yeah,
even had
yeah, because
screenshots.
Tim Gaben must have already had it, because I was shown those pictures, and I said that, oh, they have it, we should too. And I tried my best to make a brush version of it. It's not really good, I don't think. It's kind of true to the concept, but it's very primitive.
And as I can see, you basically you redid almost whole map.
Yeah, again, it was the case of making the map like different, so that our mod stands apart from the leak itself, from other mods. Like, it wasn't really
You
something.
can go into one of the tunnels, by the way.
It wasn't very like, the maps don't always make sense in how they are redesigned, because sometimes they redesign which is there to make them different, and that's it. Also, someone in the chat asked
Another tunnel.
if someone still has a copy of Raising the Bar. I do have a copy of Raising the Bar, but I have the usual version of Raising the Bar, unfortunately, which is shorter.
Wait, which tunnel?
There is another tunnel. This
This
is the one where you came from.
Is there a like high quality PDF version of the uncorrected proof that people can look at?
Well, the commonly accessible digitized version is, I think, good enough.
Oh, so there's no PDF version of the uncorrected?
It's in PDF, it's just photographed instead of being scanned.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
Also, there's an online version which I read frequently. It's available on archive.org. Also, yes, in this map, there's this whole second part of the map that is composed partly of, like, parts of the old map were broken apart and put back together in different order to make the second half of the map. To make the map longer, because at the time it made sense
You can
to...
jump across the fence where the minicar is,
Yeah, but
At the time,
or just no click through.
at the time it made sense to want to make the levels longer. Because it was like, well, we have to pad the runtime of the mod. Otherwise, people are not going to be interested. They're going to be like done with it in an hour, and that's it. Is there anything of value still left in the developer repository? I was told that, by the way. I guess it means the Valve's repository.
Wow, look
Okay.
at that guy.
And there it is, this city wall from concept art from Racing the Bar.
Yeah. The cubicle wall. Also, let me say this. I am not of high opinion of my own old maps at all. I'm like almost, what would you say, like disrespectful maybe towards them, like, oh, they don't mean anything, they're like crap maps. Do you like people watching and you people playing, do you like think otherwise? Do you think that it could have been like a decent mod if you put them together and like touch like do some touch-ups?
Some people in the chat already said it's better than the current
Yeah, well,
Dark Interval.
that's impossible.
I'll disagree.
That is impossible.
I don't know,
Man.
from an outsider looking in, I think with a little tweaking, I think this could have been a really cool kind of version of the mod. Do I think it's better than retail? Probably not, because a lot more polish was put into it. But I don't think these are crap maps at all. Like, a lot of work was put into them, and they do still look very good.
So the next map is C17 Arcade Hall.
Hi, I'm Renegadist.
Oh no,
Oh,
he
so
already...
it's-
No, the maniac! He launched the wrong map.
Well, it happens, but I don't see
Yeah.
City 17 Arcade.
No, it's... What?
It's just arcade. Oh no,
C17
it's
Arcade Hall.
C17 Manhack Arcade.
Wait, so the one I have in the document is it wrong? Oh no! Vito has the other build!
Oh, I have the older build, right?
Yeah, because I remember, like, Shiv, do you remember how I asked you to include one more map? And it was the arcade something.
Sorry, Freeman.
And yeah, it was
It's
the
a
arcade
smaller
with
map.
it was the arcade with the mirror floor.
I like how it has this preview picture from chapter selection.
Yeah, it makes sense. This is a man hacks. It
Yeah.
is so smart.
It's the rebel stand.
Sorry.
They'll never notice me here.
And this bald guy speaking.
Yes, the evil bad man.
It's actually insane how many beta mod attempts, like, they don't animate his face on the screen. I don't know why that's a thing. Like, it's very easy to do a simple animation, and nobody
Yes,
does
because-
it except for you and like one other person.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
have
That wasn't the end of the map, by the way. There's
Really?
there some stairs down and
some
a
insanity.
door
issues.
in the very dark corner.
The lift. So the console, we have 3 frames of the console like speaking. Why not use them all? Like, people only use 1 frame for like everything.
I don't see there's.
Yeah,
You go
Yeah.
down, you go in the
Pardon
cafeteria.
me.
Oh, there it is.
thing.
I don't know. Personally, I don't like this animation of console
What?
speaking.
But it's the console. He speaks. He moves his mouth and face. Why
Yeah,
not?
well, to me it looks pretty strange.
And now there should be a door somewhere.
No. There's nothing to worry about. We made major strides since then in animating the Breen.
Oh, you passed the door. It was on your right.
There's a very
Guiding lighting on levels was not invented yet.
no.
Oh, this one. I guess. Yes.
We'll have to see. Yes, it is. So yeah, some people inexplicably say the maps are like worth something.
This one is a little
Interesting.
rough, I'll give you that.
Look at that.
Well, from what I heard, the developer of Cremation mod, he took your maps and he was compiling them into something playable.
Yeah, we know. We are aware of that initiative.
And
Yeah, but
since we released the map sources on our Discord, anyone can do that now.
yeah, you shouldn't because they are bad maps.
They're
But
evil bad
you
maps.
could. Absolutely. This is not a science experiment anymore.
Oh. Well, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
It's a man-hack factory.
Someone wants to steal the maps for themselves. Actually, it happened one time. Actually, no. I'm lying right now. I mean that there was a mod on ModDB called Vertigo mod. Not that Vertigo mod, that like the good mod. One user stole my screenshots from my Vertigo, which are like red color corrected screenshots, put them on their page and was like, yeah, mod. And people just downvoted him and he shut it down.
Let's not forget how screenshots of your arcade ended up in build 24/6.
Yeah,
In
somehow
main menu.
A
Yeah, like-
lot of stuff ended up in build 2046.
my legacy will live on even if Dark Interval like explodes and doesn't happen.
What?
Next
Oh,
map
yeah,
is
actually
C17 Residential 01.
This arcade somehow has another chasm underneath it and just the whole lower area that is under detailed but is there.
And this map was to be after Manhack Arcade?
Which one? I lost track.
Residential.
Yes, residential. Yes, so the reason why this, like, there's a map called residential. In Raising the Bar, there's this pencil sketch, like, map, like, scheme of sorts.
With console cast device and
yes.
Yeah,
that
I remember.
So it shows like you arrive on the train, past some wasteland bits, you go through the train through the industrial, and then it has other area names or like designations, I guess, descriptions like light industry here, residential here, commercial area there, and then it goes to like Kleiner's lab. So I imagine that one of these maps would fit as a replacement for C1702. I think the hotel was going to be C1702, didn't build any of it. The residential is another area, which I thought was like good potential to show some other types of buildings, like some abandoned, like not abandoned, more like rundown tenement buildings, cafes, and a subway station maybe. It kind of has this prototype subway station.
I like
It's
the
kind of
elevator.
reminiscent of New York. Oh, good.
And this map is very rough. By default, it won't compile in entirety, so I had to cut down some details, optimize some geometry, and
good job trying
lot
to
of
steal it.
stuff.
The best protection, just make it unplayable. So the next one after it is
Well, it's
Residential
playable,
02.
but it's just unfinished.
Yeah.
That's all. Oh, and
It is reminiscent
this
of
bit
New
is
York.
from City 1704. I remember it. I mean,
Yeah, it's so
canal.
piecemeal. Like I would steal parts of other maps and fit them into this map. Yeah, the
So-
arcade canal. The fountain somehow. There's also, I think, there's a part of the railroad goes through a building.
Yeah, it was on the
Oh,
right.
I missed it.
All right, people are gonna play it and see it. I hope.
Oh, and this map is cool. I liked it during our Russian stream.
Yeah, this map is entirely new. Like, it may have parts of it borrowed from other maps, but it doesn't have a prototype in the beta or WC map pack. I just wanted like a big